Hey, how's it going? And welcome to another video. I am Fither, and I'm here with Gnarly. How you doing,
What's
Gnarly?
up? It's me, your boy Gnarly.
Today
You're on my own channel.
We're gonna complain about Shin Megami Tensei 5 Silence or something.
That's right.
No, we're actually not doing that. Hey, what's up, guys? It is Gnarly, and I am here with Fither. How you doing, Fither?
I'm alright.
Yeah, we're all doing pretty good, but yeah, this is a video that I've thought about doing for a while, and I thought there really aren't that many people I can do it with, besides Fither, and, you know, Fither, I've been following your channel for a long time, so it's good to finally be able to do a collab with you.
Yeah, definitely. This is a video that, like, I've also kind of had in the back of my head of wanting to do, but it's, like, it's such a mess to try and figure out, but
yeah,
maybe we can get through it together.
Yeah, hopefully. But yeah, so the video that we are doing today is going to be Demon Summoners versus Persona users.
Yes.
Now, for those of you that are still kind of new and, like, maybe you've only played Persona but not an SMT game, like, Demon Summoners are basically, I guess they're, like, they work kind of like Persona users, but they don't actually have any, like, of the natural powers of Persona users. They use comps to summon their demons, and there's a few differences which we will talk about in a little bit. But yeah, so first of all, we're only going to be, like, using actual demon summoners, so, like, we're not going to be using Atma avatars or anything like that. Even though, you know, now that I think about it, Atma avatars are actually closer to Persona users.
Yeah, definitely. Like, they take the actual form of demons, which is kind of similar to what Persona users do. Like, they don't become demons, but...
Yeah. But, like, when you have a Persona equipped, you basically copy your demons or
your
Persona
pretty much.
stats. But, like, there are actually a few disadvantages that Atma avatars have that Persona users don't have. Like, for one thing, when you're a Persona user, you always have your Persona stats, but Atma avatar users, they only get it at certain times. Like,
yeah, once they revert to their human forms, they're, like, basically just humans.
Yeah, I would not want to be an Atma avatar user.
I would not either. It's a miserable existence because you're hungry all the time.
Yeah. Gotta, like, eat people to keep your stats up.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's definitely a lot more difficult than interacting with people. Depending on who you ask.
Right.
But, yeah, so... Anyways, so what we decided to do was we're going to have 5 representatives from the Demon Summoner side, and then we're going to have 5 representatives from the Persona user side. So, for the Persona user side, we decided to just use the first protagonist for every mainline Persona game. So, that's Naoya from Persona 1, Tatsuya from Persona 2, Makoto or Dorkun from Persona 3, you from Persona 4, and Akira Ren Joker from Persona 5.
Yeah, that's his full name.
Yeah, Akira Ren Joker. But, and on the Demon Summoner side, we have the SMT1 protagonist. We have Demi-Fiend, so the Nocturne protagonist. We have the Devil Summoner. Oh, wait, who did we agree on again? Sorry, I'm just looking at my notes.
The protagonist from SMT1, the Demi-Fiend. We have Nakajima, who's the protagonist from the original Megami Tensei novels and, like, the first Famicom games. Devil Survivor protagonist, who I call Abel, and then Rhino.
Right, yeah. It was, like, for Devil Summoner protagonist, it was either it was either Rhino or the Devil Summoner or Soul Hacker's protagonist, but I think Rhino is more iconic, so we're gonna go with him.
Rhino's also just a little bit more kind of interesting. Like, I feel like the Soul Hacker Devil Summoner protagonist is too kind of similar to SMT1 guy in terms of just what they're capable of. Definitely. So part of the idea was we wanted to have a diverse set of different kinds of Devil Summoners from sort of different, like, sects of Megami Tensei.
Right.
Because a lot of these guys are very different. They're not just, like, they're not all the SMT1 protag.
Yeah. Like, for example, Demi-Fiend, he can use magic while the SMT1 protagonist can't. Right. I don't think Nakajima can either.
No, he cannot.
Yeah, that's one thing I never really understood about the older SMT games. Like, why can't the protagonist use magic?
Yeah, we were talking about this like when we were planning this video, but there is kind of a weird inconsistency in those games to where like your protagonist can't learn magic, but some of your friends can.
Yeah.
Like the law guy learns a bunch of healing spells and stuff, and that's even before like plot stuff happens and he becomes like a fucking I cursed. He becomes a holy figure.
Yeah. And funny enough, like, my first time playing Soul Hackers, I actually went for a magic build, and then I got about, like, 2 hours in before I realized, wait, I don't
where's
get
the
magic,
magic?
do I? So then I had to restart my game.
Yeah.
But yeah, you actually play Soul Hackers, it's fun. But, anyway, so, yeah, so the protagonists we have that can't use magic, we have Nakajima and Kazuya, the SMT1 protagonist. We have Demi-Fiend who can use magic. We also have Rhino who can use magic, and the Devil Survivor protagonist. They can all use magic.
Yeah.
But yeah. So now for the Persona users, we actually have so we have the wildcard users. We have Makoto, we have Yu, and we have Joker. But the funny thing about the Persona 1 and 2 protagonists is that they're not technically wildcard users. Like, for those of you that haven't played Persona 1 and 2. Basically, every character in your party can use multiple personas, but you have this feature called compatibility. So there are some personas that have better compatibility with certain characters than others, and then there are some personas that some characters just can't use. So like, let's say you have good compatibility, you get something like a bit of extra damage or an MP discount or something like that. And if you have bad compatibility, it has the opposite effect. So because Naoya and Tatsuya aren't wildcard users, they're treated kind of like the rest of the cast. All right, I guess we'll get into the fight then.
All right.
So, well, first of all, we have. I feel like we should be like the best way to. I'm trying to think, cause like, I mean, I'm honestly trying to decide whether or not this fight is fair or not, because the thing is like if we were to do all the Persona users against one of the demon summoners, because, demon summoners can have multiple demons out at the same time.
Yeah.
So, like, if they all have all their demons out at the same time, then we're talking like 15 or 20 party members against 5.
Right, yeah, that's what I was thinking of, is in terms of numbers, the devil summoners, like, really slap. I'm pretty sure, like, the calculation is about, there would be 18 or so bodies on the devil summoner side, because the different characters can summon different amounts of demons. It's usually 4 or 3, but Abel can only have like 2 at a time.
Yeah.
So it adds up to about nearly 20 bodies for their side.
Right. I mean, and that's against 5. Like, 3 of them are wildcard users, but then you got 2 that aren't. So, I mean, should we bring some of the other Persona party members in?
I think we could, but like I think as it is, this is actually a somewhat fair fight.
Why do you say that?
Okay, so let me just talk about some of the individual characters and kind of what they accomplish in their games. So the SMT1 protagonist really doesn't have that many impressive showings. He cannot use magic, first of all, which is a big hindrance.
Yeah.
And the greatest kind of accomplishment of his career is defeating the Archangels. And also he beats the assorted forces of chaos, like Ashura, I think, is the big guy, like running the scenes in that game. And then he can beat Beelzebub. And other than that, that's really about it. Like, I like to use Lucifer as kind of a benchmark for where you stand.
Right.
And I know there is dialogue in SMT1 where Beelzebub talks about how Lucifer, or Louis Cypher specifically, is afraid of the SMT1 protagonist. But knowing Lucifer, that could be, like, a slight concern to extreme fear, because Lucifer's such a slimy guy, it's kind of hard to get a read on him.
Yeah.
But other than that, SMT1 guys' showings are really not that impressive.
Yeah, and then we have Demi-Fiend. He's probably the most powerful of the bunch.
I actually think it's Abel. I think Abel takes it.
Well, think about Devil Survivors, that we don't really know whether or not Abel defeated. Well, first of all, it depends on which ending you take, but assuming you take Naoya's ending, because that's the one I consider canon because it's the most popular, we don't actually know at the end of Devil Survivor if he actually like succeeded in defeating Record Scratch or Yahweh or whatever you want to call him.
Right. See, I kind of look at Abel like less as Abel and more as the King of Bel, because in the lore of Devil Survivor, the King of Bel was like a freak who God himself personally fought in the distant past. Right. And that never happens. There's like no other lore figure really other than maybe Lucifer that Yahweh is that like afraid of.
Right. I mean, and a bunch of people are probably thinking, oh, well, Demi-Fiend defeated Lucifer. Well, I mean, he didn't actually, like, defeat Lucifer. Like, Lucifer just challenged him to a fight, and it was really more of a test, and he passed the test. We don't actually know if Lucifer could kill Demi-Fiend if he wanted to.
Yeah, that's the thing that's hard to figure out, is, like, was he trying his absolute best, or was he, like, kind of not?
Yeah.
I mean, I like to think that he really was trying to, like, actually kill the Demi-Fiend, but who knows, really?
Yeah, who knows? I mean, and then there's Rhino, like, it's been a long time since I played Rhino, so I'm just trying to remember who he defeated. Because, like, I don't know, like, everyone seems to just, like, I know Rhino is a fan favorite, but, like, I'm just having a hard time remembering, like, the sort of accomplishments he's done.
Yeah, I don't think he really takes out anything particularly major. Like, he never fights Yahweh, really.
Right.
Does he never fights...
Does he even fight
I know
Lucifer?
He does... I think Lucifer is a secret boss in one of them. It's either one or two.
Yeah, but I don't know if we should be counting optional bosses.
I'd say that they do count, because here's kind of the interesting thing about Abel, is that Abel is a freak that... So, Lucifer is the secret boss of Devil Survivor.
Right.
And I kind of like to think of it as... The secret boss is something that these characters can only defeat through some kind of miracle, right?
Right.
And Abel, before beating Babel, could barely do anything to Lucifer. And then afterwards, like, based on at least the lore, now he's as strong as God. Or is at least a contender to fight God.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty substantial jump.
Yeah. I mean, he's got the entire Bel army under his command. He doesn't even need his comp anymore. So, I guess the most powerful of the bunch would be, it would be somewhere, like, it would be rivaling between Demi-Fiend and Abel.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the two. These other guys, like, Nakajima, his best feat is he does defeat Lucifer.
Mm-hmm.
So he's around that same kind of ballpark. Like, Nakajima honestly has way better accomplishments than SMT1 protagonists.
Yeah. And I mean, the whole reason Nakajima became a demon summoner was because he was getting bullied.
Yeah. Dude, he invents the demon summoning program, like, in his canon, which is, that's gotta count for something.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it may be for kind of a weird reason, but still pretty cool.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so now for the Persona users... We have, I guess we'll start with Joker. He defeated Yaldabaoth. And, like I actually have a few friends that they think that Yaldabaoth is like an avatar of Yahweh. But, I don't know, like, what do you think?
I don't know, like, if he is an avatar of Yahweh, that's under the implication that Yahweh is in the Persona universe, which is something I kind of think about from time to time, and it's like...
Right.
But Yaldabaoth is actually a very, very impressive thing to beat, because Yaldabaoth obviously must have defeated Lavenza and Igor.
Right.
And, you know, those Velvet siblings are nothing to mess with. Like, Elizabeth in Arena slaps Erebus around really hard.
Yeah. But, I mean, yeah, either way, he's strong.
Yeah, definitely.
And we don't even know what the Royal is going to do yet. It could be, like, after you defeat Yaldabaoth, now you have to defeat an even stronger
his
enemy.
big brother.
Yeah.
Yaldabaoth 2.
Yeah. But, so yeah, Persona 4, we have Izanami, who is actually in mainline. That's the, like, you know, Shin Megami Tensei translates to true reincarnation of the goddess, and most of the time it's referring to Izanami. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah, it's kind of interesting how, like, Izanami has become a less and less prevalent figure as the games have gone on. But then in, like, Persona 4, she plays a major role.
Yeah.
Which is just kind of funny and weird.
Like, I mean, in SMT4, she was just a generic demon. I think she was, like, level 69.
Nice.
Yeah, but yeah, like, I don't know if I would put her on the same threat level as Yaldabaoth.
No, I definitely wouldn't. Like, the problem with Izanami is Izanami has almost nothing to kind of base her on, because we never see her, like, fight or defeat anything. Like, she never takes on a Velvet sibling, so we don't know how to compare to that.
Yeah, I mean, basically...
Like, whatever, Narukami is stronger than Izanami, but how strong is Izanami? It's like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is, it's Izanami who gave Narukami his ability to use his persona.
Yeah.
And then we have the Persona 3 protagonist, Dorkun, who...
This guy's a mess.
Well, yeah, thing is about Nyx, he didn't actually kill Nyx, he just sealed her.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, like, honestly, I think Nyx is probably the strongest of the end bosses in the Persona series. Well,
Nyx
at least
is
of the
pretty up
recent
there.
ones.
Yeah, like, Nyx's avatar is a life wiper, because, like, it is straight up said that Nyx's avatar will wipe out humanity, and then the actual body of Nyx is just a planetary destroyer.
Yeah. But, yeah, basically, Persona 3 protagonist doesn't kill her, so he just seals her and becomes Dorkun.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have Tatsuya, who... Basically, in Persona 1 and 2, like, the whole plot of the duology is that Philemon and Nyarlathotep, they're basically having a bet. Like, Philemon thinks that humanity will, I guess, reach enlightenment, and then Nyarlathotep is under the belief that humanity will destroy himself. And
I'm betting on Team Nyarlathotep, personally.
Like, basically in Innocent Sin, Nyarlathotep rigs the bet, so he wins, and the world gets destroyed. Then the other side is created, which is where eternal punishment takes place, and he actually does a lot more rigging than he does in Innocent Sin, but in the end the party still beats him, so then he just gets banished to God knows where. And basically, and the theory that a lot of fans believe about eternal punishment is that the other side that was created in Eternal Punishment is the same world that Persona 3, 4, and 5 take. And the one in Innocent Sin is the one where Persona and Devil Summoner take place in the same universe.
Right.
But, yeah, so... It's kind of difficult for me to, like... I guess it's kind of difficult for me to put them on a tier of power, I guess. Like, I want to say Philemon is the strongest of the main bosses, but again, he's another optional boss. But if we are counting optional bosses, like, I kind of want to say Tatsuya is the strongest, but at the same time, we also have to consider that he doesn't have the power of the wild card. I mean, if you were to take on Philemon by himself, he probably wouldn't stand much of a chance against him.
Yeah.
But so yeah, so I guess I'll just leave it to the viewers to decide where he stands in terms of the whole power thing. But now for Persona 1, this is another difficult one, because Persona 1 is basically like 2 games. You have the Sebek quest, and then you have the Snow Queen quest.
Yeah. Persona 1 guy is interesting. I was like reading his wiki page just to kind of get a general feel of how strong he is. I think this guy might be an undercover freak. Like, so the Davis system was apparently going to wipe out just all of reality. So and like Maki was the one subliminally controlling the thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you'd stop the person controlling the machine that was going to destroy the universe, like, are you universal?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, is that how that works?
I mean, because the main, like, Maki's not doing it intentionally. We have like Kendori, who's like he's basically using her for his plans, but then he gets his butt kicked.
Yeah,
so,
like, Kendori's not anything.
Like,
but
he's not even the final boss.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, so basically what happens in Persona 1 is, like, after you beat Kendori, then you go into like, I forget the name of the dungeon, but at the end of the dungeon, you fight Maki. And, yeah, or Pandora, but it's basically Maki in the form of Pandora. It's basically Maki's shadow, now that I think about it. And also, now that I think about it, the whole cognitive world that Persona 1 takes place in is basically an early version of the Palace. Like,
it very well might be.
yeah.
It's an interesting, like, kind of theory.
Yeah, because the whole world, it's basically Maki's ideal world. Like, at first you think it's just, like, some parallel dimension, but then, like, eventually you realize, oh yeah, this place is, like, there's no police station, so this is, like, Maki's ideal world.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, so for the Snow Queen quest, now, I'm actually going to admit I haven't played the Snow Queen quest.
I have not either.
I've only played the Sebek quest. I mean, but then again, it's like, which one is canon? Because it's either one or the other.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess we'll just assume, like, for the sake of this video, we'll just say that it's the Sebek quest that's canon. But, yeah, so that's it for the Persona side. So, I guess now we'll go with who's fighting who. Because we got the demon summoners, and then we got the demon summoners with their demons, and then we got the persona users. So, like, I mean, I'm guessing they're just gonna be fighting all like one another at the same time.
Yeah, I've kind of pictured like a free-for-all.
Yeah. So, what personas do you think the persona characters would be using? Like, I mean,
man,
I'm sure Joker would be using Satanel.
Yeah. Oh, so something I wanted to mention about Satin Isle is that Satin Isle kind of works on like Spirit Bomb rules, to where he was only ever able to make that Satin Isle from the support of everybody.
Right.
But we can just say like that doesn't count and that he can just kind of do it.
Right.
Because like he's without Satin Isle, he's not really as useful like at all.
Right. I mean, he's got, like, he's got all his personas, but, like, the one that he uses to defeat Yaldabaoth is Satanel.
Yeah.
Like, Sinful Shell. But, so now we have his persona, his ultimate persona, I believe, is Izanagi no Okami.
Yes.
Which is actually it's really just another name for Izanagi, but, I guess in the persona world, we'll say that there are two different things. And he's also one of the few persona characters that can use the persona of the World Arcana.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then we have Dorkun with his with his ultimate persona, that's Messiah, basically Jesus. So it's like, I mean, like, we got characters that have defeated Lucifer and have fought God, so now we have them going up against Jesus.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. And then we have Tatsuya, who defeated Philemon and Nyarlathotep, and we have Naoya, who defeated Pandora. So I think it's safe to assume that Naoya is the least powerful of them.
I actually think it's probably Narukami, just because like Narukami is hard to judge. And when it's hard to, like, make a determination, I usually just think that he's probably the weakest of them.
Yeah.
Because, like, I really see nothing in Narukami's, like, his history that can compare to stuff that, like, Persona 3 guy does, that Tatsuya does, that Joker does.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I would put you as the least powerful. So, then we got Abel and Demi-Fiend as the most powerful, and then we got Nakajima and the SMT1 protagonist as the least powerful, and in the middle we have Rhino.
Yeah.
So, well, obviously, and another thing is Rhino's games actually have, like, a completely different playstyle, like, they're action RPGs.
Yeah.
But, and another thing is Rhino can also use guns.
Most of them can use guns, actually.
Yeah,
like SMT1 protag can. I don't think Nakajima ever uses guns.
Yeah. I think it's all of them except for the Devil Survivor protagonist and Nakajima.
Yeah.
Then in Persona 1, the Persona 1 protagonist can use guns, and we have Joker that can use guns, but none of the others can.
Yeah, like, Joker's guns aren't real, but we're just gonna say, like, that they count, We'll skip the headache.
We'll just say it's taking place in a palace.
Yeah,
during the dark hour in the TV
Yeah,
world.
they're fighting in a neutral zone where all their powers work, just to save the headache.
Right. I mean, if they were doing otherwise, it would be unfair.
Yeah, imagine just, like, the Devil Summoners versus, like, the Persona users just on the street.
Yeah.
It's like...
Yeah, that would not be a fair fight. So, well, I guess, who do you think would win? Like, if they were all to go at it at the same time.
All of them going at it at the same time. Man, this is tough. I think the Devil Summoners just barely edge it out because of numbers, and also I think some of them have just more impressive things that they defeat. But the thing about the Persona characters is that they're, no pun intended, but they're wild cards. They're kind of unpredictable because it's like, okay, yeah, here's Joker. Sataniel is back there, and he's about to shoot a sinful shell. Like, oh god, what's that gonna do?
Right.
And then Persona 3 guy, he has the universe, and who knows what that does?
Right. I mean, maybe the Persona 3 protagonist could... Maybe he could sacrifice himself to seal Demi-Fiend.
He honestly might be able to.
Yeah.
He probably could.
Or able, yeah. I mean, well, assuming... I feel like in the middle of the fight, that would be something he'd say for a last resort.
Yeah, definitely.
Like if he was about to die, and he'd probably just use it on, I guess, whichever one of them is doing the best. Kind of like a suicide kill in Smash.
Yeah.
But, so, and another thing is, like, it's just the fact that I feel the Demon Summoners, they just have more... they just have more, I guess, customization. They have more resources.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not just numbers, it's also the fact that, like, let's say, like, let's just say one of the Demon Summoner's demons were to die, they could just bring out another one.
Right.
I mean, the wild cards, they have the ability to switch personas, but if one of their personas, like, they run out of health, they're dead.
Yeah, like, that's the thing about Persona users, is that they have a persona for pretty much any situation, but they can only have one at a time. The Devil Summoners can have 3 demons or so out at any given moment.
Yeah, like, Abel, he can only have 2 demons out at the time. Rhino, if I remember correctly, I think it's 3. And another thing is that, like, the Demon Summoners, like, some of them may not be able to use magic, but they can still fight.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I don't know, well, I mean, you haven't played Persona 2, but in Persona 2, there's this one optional, like, side quest you can do that takes place in the school that SMT If takes place in, and there's this one Demon Summoner character you fight named Wayland, and I mean, he loses, but I think the fact that Wayland, like, by himself, was able to hold his own against 5 Persona users really says something about how strong Demon Summoners are.
Yeah.
And he wasn't even an experienced Demon Summoner. I definitely think the Demon Summoners would lose. Now, if we were to be fair in terms of numbers and have 4 Persona users go up against 1 Demon Summoner with 3 demons, then the Persona users would definitely win.
Yeah. I guess, like, we can talk about what we think each individual person would kind of accomplish in the battle, because the thing is, I think at least each one of these guys has dead weight. Like, SMT1 protagonist is strong, but he's kind of like the bad child of this group, because he can't use magic, he doesn't really have that great of a feat, and, like, he has guns and such, which is impressive. Like, these Persona users will get hurt by guns.
Yeah.
But, like, so will the Devil Summoners.
Right. I mean, I guess one thing you could do is maybe have the SMT1 protagonist in the back just shooting, just being like a sniper.
Yeah, he could be, like, cover support.
Like, I think that eventually when the Persona users do get to him, he's not going to be able to last very long.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and the thing is, like, you know, if we have characters that are dead weight, that are basically just snipers, then I guess we could use Joker and Naoya as snipers for the Persona side, because they can use guns as well.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if we're gonna, like assuming each team has 1 sniper, the sniper would be Naoya and the SMT1 protag.
Yeah.
For the 2 teams. Now, I feel like the 2 characters that would go in the front would probably be Demi-Fiend, and you could pretty much put all 3 of the wild cards in the front, because you can just give them defensive personas that have a whole bunch of resistances, and they're pretty good to go.
Right.
Like, and another thing is that, you know, Demi-Fiend, like, the most favored stat build in Nocturne is a physical build. So if the persona, like, if the wild cards, they have demons or personas that reflect physical skills, Demi-Fiend's not going to be able to do much.
Yeah, like, that's another kind of part of the issue with, like, talking about this kind of stuff is where do you separate gameplay mechanics from, like, lore stuff?
Yeah.
Because it's like, let's just say for a second that I'm, like, really trying to metagame this. And my Demi-Fiend is he resists everything and all of his demons are null to everything and they have every spell ever. It's like imagine finding like Digital Devil Saga Demi-Fiend, like the secret boss.
Right.
But it's like, at what point do you need to stop doing that, you know?
Yeah, and there's no Pierce in Persona either. Mm-hmm. Although in Persona 4, there's actually like no demons that, there are personas that reflect and resist it, but there's no enemies that reflect or resist it. So like, if you get a persona that reflects physical, you're pretty much set. And another thing is that in Persona 3, like, the physical is actually divided into 3 skills. You have Strike, Slash, and Pierce. Like, in mainline, most of the time, it's just physical and gun. Mm-hmm. Or in Nocturne, where it's just physical. Like, really, the only thing that Demi-Fiend would be able to hit the Persona characters with, if they reflected physical, would be Freykugel, which is almighty physical.
Yeah, Demi-Fiend has, like, a pretty impressive arsenal of different just stuff he can do.
Yeah.
But he would definitely lean, like, more physical.
Right.
The Devil Summoners have a lot of these boys that are just very physically oriented.
Right.
Yeah, some of them are, like, not by choice. Like, SMT1 protagonist doesn't really have an option in this. Like, he's either gun or sword.
Yeah, pretty much. And, Abel, on the other hand, I mean, when you think about it, he's not even really human. He's actually a demon.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, he's got the whole, like, Bell army under his command. But just because of Devil Survivor, we're gonna assume he can only use 2 at a time. But again, he can go with pretty much whatever stat build he wants. And he doesn't have a weakness either. The skills that I would usually run on my protagonist in Devil Survivor would be Repel Physical, Anti-Most, and I think Extra 1 to always give me extra turns. So, like, going with that build, you know, you can't hit him with physical skills. He resists all magic except for almighty skills. And then, like, if we're going by Devil Survivor 2, there's Anti-Almighty in that. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, Abel would, like, he'd be a good tank, so I would definitely put him in the front. I don't know, what kind of stat build did you give your protagonist in Devil Survivor?
Like, pretty magical glass cannon kind of guy.
I went with Vitality and Magic. Mm. So yeah, I would definitely have him on the front line, be like a tank and a magic user, and then I give him some physically offensive demons. Like, you know, if you want, you could also have him be a sniper, put him in the back with either a vial or a dragon. But I think if he has all those resistances, you don't really need to do that. So him and Demi-Fiend would be the 2 tanks. Then you have Nakajima. It's like, I don't know, where would you put Nakajima?
I mean, I guess you would put him, like, on the front lines, because he doesn't have guns, he can't use magic.
Yeah. He doesn't really have much of a choice.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, he's probably just death fodder.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like, it's ironic that he has better showings than SMT1 protagonist, but just because he has guns, like, he has a better chance of surviving.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I just put him in the front line, just have him run around, distract the others, while Demi-Fiend and Abel focus on him.
Yeah.
And then we have Rhino, who, I guess we could also put Rhino on the front lines. I mean, he'd definitely be, like, better in a fight than Nakajima, an SMT1 protagonist.
Right.
Like, I guess if SMT1 protagonist dies, you can have him be a backup sniper while you have his demons in the front. But, yeah, so for the strategy on the Persona side, like, once again, we got the wild cards in the front, then we got Naoya as a sniper, and then I guess we could give Tatsuya the same role as Nakajima. Like, I hate to say that about Tatsuya, But, like, you know, Tatsuya isn't like Naoya where he has guns and swords. He can only use swords.
Right.
And he doesn't have the wild card like Naoya does, so he's limited in what kind of personas you can use.
Yeah, he at least has the benefit of being able to use magic.
Yeah, so
he can at least do stuff from a distance.
Yeah, I would have Tatsuya focus on Nakajima. But, like, that would also leave him open to attacks from Demi-Fiend and Abel, so he'd probably be the first on the Persona side to die.
Yeah.
So
see, I think it's either him or Narukami. I think one of those two is gonna go first.
Yeah, but I think Narukami has the advantage because he's a wild card.
Yeah.
So once Tatsuya like takes care of Nakajima, then he gets killed by Demi-Fiend and Abel. So then we got the two wild cards against the two strongest demon summoners, and then we have the two snipers. So I'd say it's pretty even from there. But I think just the fact that the demon summoners have demons, I would say that after the battle, they would win.
Yeah, I think the demons are really what swings this in their favor, because, like, it's not just the situation of, okay, 3 guys in the front, 2 snipers. It's more like, yeah, the 5 are fighting, but also 15 demons.
Right.
So it's just, like, I think it's too much for the Persona users to kind of micromanage. Yeah. And they can only equip one thing at a time. Like, if they see, I don't know, like, well, pick a demon.
I'd say Lucifer.
Yeah, sure. All right, so one of these guys has Lucifer. Like, Abel just popped the Lucifer out. Oh god, now we have to, like, find some way to deal with the Lucifer. Oh, but also, over there is, I don't know, he's got a Michael. And it's like, it's too much to deal with all at once.
Yeah. Like you know the demon's weaknesses, but you can only have a persona that covers like 1 or 2 elements. And that's another thing about the Persona games, is that you don't have as much liberty to create like personas with skills as you do in the SMT games.
Yeah. Like if we're assuming that these characters have like metagamed their own lineups into oblivion, then the SMT, the Devil Summoners, like they just kill it. They have so many more options for what they want to do and bring to this battle.
Yeah. Like, the only scenario I can think of that the Persona users would win is if they were to, like, if they were to just get really lucky and they were to focus solely on the demon summoners. Because, like, if you kill a demon summoner, he can't summon any more demons, so all his demons go with him.
Yeah.
So, like, I'd say maybe, like, they're able to kill Abel, and then, like, but then they're gonna be beat up, and then you have Demi-Fiend who's doing a lot better. Then,
yeah, there's no easy victories for the Persona guys.
Like, then Dorkun sacrifices himself to kill Demi-Fiend, and then you still have Joker and Naoya, like, to deal with the sniper, and like, Joker's probably gonna be pretty beat up too. Like, assuming Naoya's been standing in the back row the entire time. But then again, you still have SMT1 protagonist demons to deal with.
Yeah.
So, like, the only scenario I can see the Persona users winning is if they get really lucky.
Yeah, they need to really make a miracle happen. They need to have, like, Dorkun do a perfect seal on somebody at the most opportune opportunity. They need, like, Satin Isle to pull off some kind of really, really good shot and get somebody.
Yeah.
And even then, the Sinful Shell is a one-time thing.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get another shot.
He'd have to get, like, a collateral. Like hit 3 of them with 1 bullet.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, so yeah, that's how we think the fight would go. Like, I personally think it would be a pretty easy victory for the Demon Summoners. Like, the only way they would lose is if they just choked the entire time and got really unlucky.
Yeah. Like, I think the Persona guys are actually really close. Like, the thing is, if we really wanted to play dirty, I think there's way more powerful, like, Devil Summoners we could have chosen, like Nanashi, Aleph. Like, those guys are nonsense. But, like, in the spirit of being fair, I guess, we kept them out, because, like, I unironically think Nanashi on his own defeats every single one of these guys.
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely one of the strongest protagonists in MegaTen.
Yeah.
Or the Megami Tensei 2 protagonist. He's pretty powerful too.
Oh yeah, he's another one.
But, yeah, so Okay, so now we get into the last part. Which one, like we're not considering, like, who would win in a fight or anything, but, like, if we were given the opportunity to become either one, which one would you be?
Okay, as for me, like, I think being a devil summoner almost comes with the implication that something really, really bad is happening, right? Like, no devil summoners are really in just a good position. Like, the demon summoning program only becomes a thing when stuff is going really badly.
Yeah. Like, I mean, yeah, pretty much the only reason in SMT1, the only reason you get the demon summoning program is because you know the apocalypse is about to happen.
Right.
I mean, that's pretty much the case of every SMT game. I mean, in Nocturne, the apocalypse already has happened. And then you got, like, Lucifer, who gives you the, like, you become the Demi-Fiend by this weird, like, parasite thing he gives you.
Oh, yeah.
That actually sounds painful. And then you got that big spike sticking out of your neck. Like, I mean, like, if we take out the whole, like, the world is about to end part and go by powers alone, I would say Demon Summoner. But if we're talking about, like, which world, I would definitely say Persona User.
Oh, for sure. Like, even if things are fine, I still don't think I would want to deal with demons. Because demons are jerks. Like,
yeah.
It's never fun interacting with a demon, because they always want stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, and you say one thing that they don't like, then they want to kill you.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this demon didn't like my opinion, so he casts Budo on my entire party and kills me.
Yeah, I mean, like, if this deal just comes with, like, a pacified, like, a Black Frost or something, then I guess I would take that deal. Like, that would be kind of fun.
Yeah. And well, I mean, again, it depends on which Persona game we're going with, because Persona 1 and 2, you had Demon Negotiation, and also in Persona 5, but that's not until you get a hold-up. Now, one thing I never understood about Persona 5 is, like, why, when you have a hold-up and you say a thing a demon doesn't like, it's like, and the demon gets back up to fight us, it's like, maybe we should shoot him since we got our weapons pointed at him.
Yeah, they kind of just fall back.
Yeah, it's like, why? But I definitely be a lot more comfortable with that if it were Persona 3 and 4, where you just get the shovel time thing.
Mm-hmm.
I like Persona 5, I'd still be okay with, but Persona 1 and 2, the negotiation in those games is, I'll admit, it's not the best.
Yeah.
So like, if I'm talking, you know, Persona 3, 4, 5, probably a Persona user, but going by just capabilities alone, I'd probably say Demon Summoner.
Yeah, like, even if I did have a Persona, I don't know what I would do with the thing, really.
Yeah, I mean, and well, another thing you have to consider is that you can only use it at certain times.
Yeah, definitely. It depends on, like, the environment.
But at the same time, it's like, when am I gonna need a Persona?
Like, yeah, like, a demon is at least a living entity that you can converse with.
Like, if I were to get into a situation where I would need a Persona, like I'm getting bugged or something, I wouldn't be able to use it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, kind of a tough choice, but I'm gonna go with Demon Summoner.
I think I'll take the lesser of two evils. Like, the whole demon thing just kind of spooks me, so I think I'll take the Persona, which is basically nothing, instead of the chance of having a negative outcome with the demons, if that makes sense.
Yeah. But I think we can both agree that we would not choose to be Atma Avatar users.
Oh, definitely. No, that's probably the worst existence.
Yeah, because, like, you can't summon demons, you have to consume people to level up, and you still, if we are going by the environment, you still have to go with the whole post-apocalyptic world is ending thing.
Yeah.
I mean, the characters in Digital Devil Saga, they're not even actual humans, they're just, they're AI.
Yeah.
I'd probably be I would say definitely probably be a Demon Summoner.
Yeah, I'll take the Persona just to lessen my chances of something bad happening.
Yeah, but well, is there anything else you want to talk about?
No, I think it's a really close fight. Like, it might seem like at first one side has the advantage, but when you really dig into it, these guys are honestly fairly comparable. It's just, I think the demons is what, like, that's what does it.
Yeah, I think the main reason is numbers. Like, I feel like if we were just, like, Persona users, they have one Persona, and then the Demon Summoners, they were only able to just use one Demon. I'd say the Persona users would probably...
Yeah, I think the Persona users, they swing it into their favor at that point.
Right. But, yeah, that's... I guess, there you have it, guys. We think that, after that discussion, we think that the Demon Summoners would barely win.
Right.
I mean, yeah, now that I think about it, like, I know I said it would be a little, I guess, a little more divided, but now that I think about it, I think it would be closer.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, anything else you want to talk about? Anything else we need to say?
I don't think so. I think it's a pretty good fight, but the Devil Summoner guys, they're just slightly better, and it's the demons.
Yeah. But, yeah, anyways, guys, that is it for this video. Hope y'all enjoyed. Fither, thank you for being on here with me today.
Yeah, no problem. It's a lot of fun. I always like talking about this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. But, anyways, guys, thank y'all for listening. Fither, thank you once again for being here.
Yeah,
And
no problem.
We will see you guys on the next video.